Hello and welcome to June 2025's edition of What the Heck is Going On in the Denver Housing Market. If you're new to my monthly market update series, my name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver real estate agent. I do a market update every single month and lots of updates on my social medias. But anyway, you probably figured all that out already. Let's go ahead and jump into the numbers. And real quick, what I like to do is I'm going to show you the numbers and I'm also going to simplify exactly what they mean. So if you dig numbers, you're going to dig it. If you're like, I don't like the numbers so much, trust me, I'm going to make it really simple and understandable to understand what's going on. So whether you are buying or selling in the market or considering it, you know how to win. And I will also share with you where I think our market's going to go, because we're in a really interesting place right now, as you've probably heard. Not as bad as the headlines like to make it say, that's for sure. But it'll all make a lot of sense as I talk through it. If you like the content, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So most people, when they're thinking about getting a housing market update, they're like, I just want to know if housing prices are up or down and how long homes are taking to sell. So as of right now, in June, we're down. Whoa. What housing prices are down 0.66%. That is extremely interesting, because the numbers we get in June is May's activity, right? I'm recording this in the beginning of June. We don't know what's going to happen in June yet. So these are numbers of what happened in May. May is Denver's pretty much one of our best months. We usually see a good amount of appreciation March, April, and May, and then some depreciation near the end of the year. So the fact that we're seeing pretty much flat pricing in May is really surprising and very foretelling of where we're probably going to go during our slow season. If we're seeing a slight depreciation in our busy season, what's going to happen in our slow season after July? Now, how long are homes taking to sell on average? It's taking about 13 days on average. That may surprise you how quick it's selling. The reason that is we still every single weekend have tons of homes that are selling their very first weekend. So that's skewing the average a little bit. Lots and lots of homes are sitting for longer and longer, but the best of the best homes in each price bracket are selling really quickly. So it's skewing that number a little bit. When I'm actually running price analyses for my listings, we're usually seeing about 30 to 40 days in a neighborhood once we get a little more specific, and that's for single family homes. What's really driving our market right now is the amount of listings that we have on the market here in Denver. I'm sure you've been hearing a lot about how much inventory we have. Just last month, we had about 14% more sellers hitting the market and about 7% buyers putting homes under contract. So buyers outpace sellers. We had double the sellers listing their homes when we did buyers buying homes. And that is just last month alone. So you're probably wondering, are we in a seller's market or a buyer's market? We're actually in neither. We're no longer in a seller's market here in Denver, but we are not yet in a buyer's market. We're actually in between, in a neutral market. 3 to 6 months worth of inventory is a neutral market. If you're not familiar with months of inventory, all that means is if we had no new homes hit the market today, like all we had was the homes for sale today, no new homes hit the market, how many weeks or months would it take to sell through the homes we have today? And right now it would take about 3.3 months to sell through all the inventory we have, putting us in a neutral market. So what does that mean if you're selling or buying? What it means, it is really hard to say what it means for everybody in every neighborhood at every price point. Some neighborhoods are in more of a seller's market. There's not a lot of inventory in that area. Some neighborhoods are more in a buyer's market if there is a lot of inventory. A great example of a market right now that is in a deep buyer's market is the downtown condo market. We have hundreds and maybe a couple thousand condos for sale in that area, and very few buyers. We have probably over a year of inventory in the downtown condo market. So that's a good example of that area is a buyer's market, but not every neighborhood and type of home is. So if you're considering selling a property, it is really crucial to have your real estate agent or yourself look deep into the neighborhood of how many homes are for sale, how many homes have been selling in your neighborhood, and try to stay as close as you can time-wise, because it is a very different market in June than it was January or February of this year. That the tariff announcement caused a ton of economic uncertainty in the housing market, at least here in Denver, and a lot of buyers got scared out of the market. So if you're looking at comparable sales like pre-March, it's going to be very different than homes that sold post-March, post that tariff announcement, or whatever month that was. So it's really hard to just give a general market update for all the neighborhoods for all price points when every neighborhood is just so different. But one thing is for sure is that if I scroll down here, a lot of numbers, I just want to look at one, which is active listings at month's end. This is saying how many homes we have for sale at the end of the month. And if we compare to how many homes we have for sale today to last year, right here, you can see we have 48% more homes on the market. If we go back 2 years, we have 160% more homes on the market. We go back 3 years, 272%. We go back 4 years, we are up 555%. Now, it doesn't matter what industry you are in, what product you are selling, when you have that much more supply and demand is softening and coming down a little bit, supply is shooting up and demand is staying flat or going down, prices soften, which is exactly what we're seeing with that slight depreciation. Home prices are staying steady because we're in our busy season. I do fully believe July through December, we're going to see some more steep depreciation, could be as high as 5 or 6% by the end of the year. I hope that doesn't scare anybody, but it is worth knowing that's what a lot of people are forecasting for our market, and I do tend to agree with it, especially since we saw depreciation in our busiest month. Now, here's a really cool chart that shows supply and demand, because the green bar is active listings and the orange bar down here, as you can see, is closed sales. Active listings, supply. Closed sales, demand. Right? Supply and demand. This is really cool because this goes all the way back to 2008 when housing prices were going straight down. And we can see our supply was way up here and our demand was way down here. Another interesting point to look at is the 2021 and 2022 era. Supply was down here. Demand was up here. The orange bar is above the green bar. So demand was above supply. What happened to prices? They went straight up. Now, where are we today? Our supply is up here. Our demand is down here. So we are still, once again, it's not like our demand is non-existent. It's so easy to make it sound like, oh my gosh, the supply is crazy and there's no buyers. We still sold 4,000 homes last month alone. So we still have demand. What is just so new to our market is just the amount of supply has been shooting up this year. All the reasons for that I could get into. It doesn't really matter, at least for this video, but just good. You can see the differences between supply and demand here and why that would cause our prices to soften. If you've heard me use the word supply and demand a million times in this video, it's important to talk about because that's what drives our real estate market. Guys, if you have questions on this, please let me know. I'm happy to chat through it. My contact information is in the YouTube description below. And if you dug the video, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Torrey Drake. It was a pleasure making the video. Have a great day.